Warning. The following podcast contains adult languages and mature subject matter intended for adult audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
So I'm going to tell you a Japanese legend.
A Japanese legend.
Yeah, because since you were so knowledgeable about Greek legend, I'm going to tell you a Japanese legend. I'm going to tell you a few, but I'm going to start with my favorite.
Okay, well, you got a lot to top with sweet cattle rustling babies. So let's see what you start with.
Settling in our squeaky,
All right.
Our squeaky couch.
Terrible couch.
Okay. This is the story of Shirin.
That's a pretty good name. I like that. That's good.
Okay. Long ago, a samurai was walking at night down the road to Kyoto
Okay.
when he heard someone calling out for him to wait.
Who is there?
He asked nervously, only to turn around and find a man stripping off his clothes and pointing his bare buttocks at the flabbergasted traveler. A huge glittering eye then opened up where the strange man's anus should have been. The end.
So Samurai got mooned. by some crazy motherfucker. Except this dude had an eyeball up his butt.
Yes, instead of an anus.
Oh.
Did I top your story?
And that's it. That's the whole story. That's the whole story.
Story.
That's the whole. There's no moral here. There's no lesson.
No.
There's just watch out for dudes that have eyeballs in their butt.
Yes. Yes.
The samurai didn't even do anything. The samurai was just like, this is a thing that happened one day, and that's it.
From what most versions I've read of that, it just ends there.
Imagine just being like at a bar and the samurai comes up to you and says, I was walking home one day, and I saw a man with an eyeball where his anus was supposed to be.
Be like, except it's Japan, they'd be like, really, where is he?
It's like, oh, must be a demon. Stay away from that area.
Yeah. And
Jesus.
that's a good introduction to Japanese myth.
Okay.
So this is Rancid Readings, episode 16th on February 8th, 2017. And now it is going to be Japanese myth with arcade.
Yeah, man.
You look disturbed.
This is going to be a fucking thrill ride.
We have appropriately drank lots of sake. And I guess a little background into my history. Where you got most of your mythology in school. I read it mostly outside of school. I did have some classes while I was in school on like Japanese culture and stuff, but nothing on solely mythological stuff alone.
So you learned all this myth on your own, so you're a bigger nerd than I am.
Yeah.
So you're nerd shaming me is what you're saying.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, like I played Okami and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, that's really interesting, and like look it up.
Okay, fair enough.
So that was my introduction to Japanese mythology. Of course, stuff like Pokemon, always influenced. And unlike Greek mythology, where the only people who kind of gave and took for them was the Romans, I believe.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
In Asia, they just all kind of swapped mythology like all the time. So that's why Japan, Korea, and China all have like fox monsters and stuff. But I'm not going to start with that. So to get all the dry stuff out of the way, just like I did your podcast, where you talk about the Pleiades and the Muses and stuff. So there's the Japanese creation myth, which is collectively called Kotomatsu Kami. Apologies. Probably saying that really wrong. But that that literally breaks down into like the creation of heaven and earth. And all these deities, there's like tons of them, made the land and the sea. And then the last ones of these people, these gods, the seventh of them. Sorry, that's not that much. 7 is a lot for me because I can't count.
Only got 4 fingers.
Yeah, exactly. So the last of these gods were Izanagi no Mikoto and Izanami no Mikoto. I'll just call them Izanagi and Izanami. Nagi and Nami for short.
Okay, cool.
And they created like the actual sea and the Japanese archipelago. They were given a naginata, which was decorated with jewels, called the Heavenly Jeweled Spear, and they stuck it in the sea, and it made the ocean like what it was. And then they came down a bridge from the heavens and stuck their spear elsewhere, and it made the land, and it made the archipelago.
So they're just like poking shit with
Yeah,
this
they're just
spear,
poking
creating
stuff
the universe.
and making stuff.
We're just gonna poke shit here and see what sprouts up.
Yep. And it made like a pillar, and that's where they hang out. So like if you play Pokemon, that's the whole thing about Spear Pillar. Like it's the reference to this creation myth. And if you don't play Pokemon, sorry.
If you don't play Pokemon, get the fuck out of my house.
So Nagi and Nami, they did a lot of stuff. They built like these islands. Unfortunately, after a few adventures, Nami died giving birth to Katsuguchi, also who had like 4 other names, but he was this weird bird guy.
Sweet.
She died giving birth to him in like a fire. And
why are you giving birth in a fire?
I don't remember.
That sounds like a very, very unintuitive place.
It was happening, and she was just thinking about her baby.
Okay, sweet. Probably should have planned that a bit better. I mean, childbirth's kind of a big deal.
So she was buried in this mountain. And then her husband Nagi was like, shit. This sucks.
I gotta raise our weird bird baby alone.
Or burn children by myself. But I could like not do that. I'm gonna go to Yomi, the underground, the hell, the land of the dead, and I'm gonna go down there and get my wife back. So he fucking strolls down there, and he's like, you know what? The shadowy underworld of the dead really doesn't look that different from above. But he doesn't realize that it's really dark, so that's why he thinks that. You doing okay?
I'm trying to wrap my head around this. So he's like, rather than raise my children alone and do God shit, I'm just gonna go to hell for a while.
Yeah.
And so he goes to hell and he's like, it's really so bad.
So
I guess I can just
So he
hang
goes
out
down
here.
there and it's dark. But after a while, he's really sick of the dark and he's like, oh man, this sucks. You know, I do want to live. So he takes this comb out of his hair and he's like, I'm going to light this comb on fire and use it as a torch. And
there's probably better shit he could have used as a torch other than like a comb.
Okay. But he hears a voice in the dark and it's Nami and she's like, hey, it's your wife. You should come and die with me. And he's like, no.
Okay. I mean, that's a better response than I thought. I thought I was going to get an, oh yeah, sure. And then the bird children were alone and did bird baby God shit.
And then in Nagi, he's like, why don't you come back with me? And Nagi said, no, bitch, and spat on him, which is a part of the legend. She spat on him and said, I ate some stuff down here, so I have to stay here.
That's a common thread across
That's a common thread. Isn't that interesting?
Interesting.
And he's like, shit, what? I don't believe that. I'm gonna go get you anyway. And Izanami's like, fine, just give me a bit to rest first. Whatever.
Fine, whatever. I guess
care.
You can bring me back from the dead.
And
Fuck.
while we're waiting, don't come into my bedroom. And he's like, well, I can't see anything anyway, so I don't care. So after like a few days, it's been a while, she won't come out of her fucking like underworld bedroom. And he's like, you know what? I'm sick of your shit, bitch. It's time to fucking go. We got fucking weird bird kids to look after. And he lights that comb on fire.
Oh, shit.
And he goes into the room, and he finds that his wife is a gross zombie with, like, maggots and rotten flesh. And he's like, no. and runs all the way back to the land of the living.
Hey, you're not hot anymore. I'm just gonna go be in not hell now.
Yeah. And Nami was so pissed, she woke up and started chasing him.
Oh.
So he's got this crazy zombie
So
wife chasing
zombie
him.
wife just chases him the shit out of hell?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then she also ordered, like, these other underworld hell zombies called Shikome to also hunt him down. And Nagi's like, shit, I've got my crazy dead wife and these other, like, gross, rotten women fucking looking for me. Fuck it. He took off his headdress and threw it, and it turned into a bunch of grapes. And the lady zombies, like, tripped on them and fell. I don't know why it became grapes. I guess it's because he's a god and he could just make it do that.
So he essentially just, like, pulled a Home Alone where he, like, threw a bunch of marbles over his shoulder and they, like, tripped over them and fell and died. Except the marbles were actually grapes that were actually his hat.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then they some of them were still chasing him and he's like, fuck. And then took his, like, burnt-ass comb and, like, threw it. And it became a bunch of, like, bamboo. Like, he threw it on the ground and it was like, psh, bamboo, like Okami.
Oh, okay.
And he slowed the lady zombies even more. And they kept chasing him anyway, because he can't get away from these lady zombies. And he's like, fuck, I am out of things to throw and to transform. So he goes up to, like, a hell tree and he pees on it. And then...
Yeah, same, man. Yeah, same.
His pee then turns into a giant flowing river. You look like you look...
I was not prepared for this myth. You know?
Yep. I'm gonna take a sip of my
Yeah.
sake.
Yeah, man. So he pees a river.
Yeah.
Okay.
He pees and it turns into a river.
And he's still in hell when this is all
he's
happening,
still in
right?
hell.
Yeah, okay.
And then he, like, he started throwing everything that he had, save his clothes. So he threw, like, peaches at them. He threw rocks. I think he threw a necklace at them. And he's like, shit, they are catching up to me, but I'm getting there. I'm almost free. And he kind of, like, burst through the exit of hell. And like, he could leave because he was alive, but, like, the dead people couldn't leave because they're dead.
And they ate hell food.
And his wife, Nami, ate food, so she couldn't leave. And she's like, fuck you, asshole. I hate you so much. Like, I can't believe you did this to me. You fucking, like, came down here, wasted my time, and fucking ran away and threw things at me and peed everywhere. I'm gonna kill 1,000 people every day because I hate you. And Nagi said, you know what? I hate you so much, I'm going to help 1,500 people and make more people than you can destroy.
Huh.
Yep, and that is the existence of death in life.
Oh, okay.
In Japan.
Okay, there's actually a lot of substance there. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat, I guess. But I mean, the moral of the story, really, in the long run, is if you find yourself in hell, I don't care who you are, where you're from.
Don't eat anything.
Don't eat shit. When you get to hell, just don't. I don't care how hungry you
when
are.
Persephone ate the pomegranate seeds, she didn't turn into a gross-ass zombie.
No, but I figured she was probably a gross-ass zombie before she ate the shit, because she was kind of dead. I mean...
Yeah.
Persephone's deathless, so it's not like she died and went to hell and shit. But, like...
Okay.
Yeah, no, like, just don't eat shit if you're in hell. If you wake up one day and you're like, oh my god, I'm in hell, just don't eat. Just, like, wait until you get to Subway or something. Just don't eat the hell shit, okay?
So, Izanagi, Nagi, after he got out of hell, He's like, fuck, I am tired. I still got some shit on me that I didn't throw into hell.
Sweet.
And he kind of undressed himself, and everything that fell to the ground became another god, because everything that this guy throws to the ground becomes something else.
Damn. And now they just start becoming like living things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I threw some grapes. I threw some bamboo, and I pissed a river. But now I'm just throwing gods.
So he goes and washes himself in the river, and
Not a river of piss.
Not a river of piss.
Okay.
And when he washes his face, the most important things come out of it.
Of course.
From his left eye comes the sun, which is Amaterasu.
Okay. Cool.
Ami. And then from his right eye becomes the moon, which is Tsukiyomi.
Okay, that's kind of cute. I like that.
And then when he blows his nose, he makes the incarnation of storms, which is Susanoo.
Huh.
And then Izunagi's like, okay, I'm going to divide the world between you guys. Amaterasu, you can have the heavens. Tsukiyomi, you can have the night and the moon. And Susanoo, you're the storm gods, so you can have the sea. And everything to do with the storms, like snow and hail and stuff. So you kids play nice, and he goes and takes off for a while. So
this guy's the worst parent.
I know.
What happened to his weird bird baby? Anyways, is that just
I forget.
It's just like doing its own thing. Like, well, shit. Guess I gotta learn to exist without a dad.
I think it's just like a deity of like fire.
It's just a thing that is somewhere.
I know. I don't remember.
Oh,
there's a lot. There's a lot of Japanese myths.
Dad of the year here.
Dad of the year.
Right.
So Amaterasu and Susanoo immediately like don't get along.
Sibling rivalries. I get it.
Yeah. So they're pissed off, and Susanoo's making storms all the time, and they're like, fucking is Dad, Susanoo fucking pissed in my coffee.
Goddamn.
And fucking Amaterasu put spiders in my bed, and Izunagi's like, shut up, and puts Susanoo in hell.
Oh. You're staying at your mother's this weekend.
Pretty much. And then Susanoo's like, okay, fine, I'll go to hell, just let me do some shit first, okay? Okay. So he goes to heaven, and he's like, sister, and she's like, yeah. And she's like, what do you want? He's like, bye, and leaves.
So he shows up, and he's just like, I'm going to hell now. And Amaterasu's like, great. There's the door, asshole. And he just goes.
Well, she's like, no, I don't believe you.
Oh, okay. Oh. So he just shows up, and she's like, what do you want? He's like, bye. And she's like, no, that's not what you fucking came for. What did you come for?
Pretty much. She's like, why are you going to hell? And he's like, because Father sent me down there. And then she's like, you're full of shit. You know what? Let's have a contest.
Oh, goddamn.
And whoever's better at making, like, divine children, just like our dad.
God damn it.
Well, who can make the best kids? And we'll see who's the best at it. And whoever's kids are better wins. So Susanoo takes his sword, and he makes 3 women out of breaking it. And
that's a pretty sweet trick.
And then he takes Amaterasu's, like, necklace, and he makes 5 dudes out of it.
Oh, what a dick.
and Amaterasu's like, but that's my necklace, so they're mine.
I mean, I kind of saw that coming, like.
And Susanoo's like, what? No, you're a fucking asshole. I made them. It doesn't matter what material that I made them out of. I made them, they're mine.
They're my children because I did it. I did it by myself.
And they both think they win. And they get into this huge fights. Like, they fight all the time.
I mean, that's the whole, this all started because they just fight all the time.
And then, Susanoo is so pissed that he finds a pony. And Amaterasu loves ponies. Like,
okay.
if you want to give an offering to Amaterasu, you get a pony.
So Amaterasu is the first brony?
Yes.
Okay.
Except she's a girl, so it's fine.
Oh, it's not as creepy because she's not a 40-year-old man.
Yes.
Okay, I can dig it.
He gets this pony, and he, like, kills it and fucking flays it.
Wow, that's spiteful.
And then he, like, goes up to the Hall of the Heavens where, like, Amaterasu's and her attendants are like weaving because that's what gods do, and he like throws it in there, and the pony like fucks all of their weaving stuff up and like kills a person.
She just goes up and throws a dead horse on like one of her like handmaidens. It's like, I got you this, bath, and it just crushes this poor woman.
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually specifically remember a tale saying that like the horse like fell on like these like weaving instruments, and then like the splinter like came out and like stabbed a person. And I was like,
that's even more graphic.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then Amadeus is like, I'm done with your shit.
Yeah, no shit. Susano's a dick. Worst little brother ever.
And goes into a cave.
Oh.
And is like, nope, I don't care. No. And so since Amadeus is his son, that makes his son go
that's kind
away.
of bad. You don't want that.
And then Amadeus is like, fuck you guys, and seals herself in this cave. And everyone else is like, dicks, we don't have the sun anymore. Because some asshole threw a pony into her hall because they were arguing. So there's this... The Japanese gods are called kami. And there's like... it's kind of like Chinese mythology where there's like a god for everything. So this god of like merriment and being awesome named Ame no Uzume. I'll just call him Uzume for short. He's like, okay, I got an idea. He puts like a bronze mirror outside of the cave. And then Uzumi, she puts like flowers and like awesome robes on herself, and she starts like dancing on like a bucket or like a wash tub, and it makes like noise.
Yeah.
In some of the older texts I've read, I've heard that they start like having an orgy outside of the cave and stuff.
Because what else are you going to do to attract attention, right?
But the PG version is that she starts dancing on this wash tub. And then she like whips off all of her clothes and starts dancing like naked. She's like, Amaterasu, I'm naked as shit out here.
We're having a sick party, check out my tits.
Yeah, and then the male gods are like, woo, nice tag. like they literally like have an aside being like, and then the male gods roared with laughter and pointed at Uzume.
And they're throwing 20s.
Yeah. And then Amaterasu is like, I guess I gotta go see what's up. And then she like slowly peeks out of the cave, and then like a ray of light comes out and lights up the bronze mirror, and then she like sees herself, and she's like, I've never seen myself before. That's pretty cool. And she comes out of the cave, and then this other god seals it, and he's like, don't. And then like since she stepped outside, Izami is like naked and dancing, and all these other gods are like, woo woo, yeah, fun time. So she like walked in the middle of this like fucking stripper party, and she's like no longer sad that her brother threw a dead pony into her weaving loom.
So the god of frat parties shows up and puts on a striptease to coax the pouting god of the sun out of her room.
Yes.
And then she stumbles out of her room to see this party happen, and then catches her reflection in the mirror, and she's like, fuck, I'm kind of hot. And then someone locks her room behind her and is like, you can't fucking go back in there now.
Yep.
Oh. Meanwhile, Susano's still not in hell.
No,
he said he was going to.
He never went to hell.
He just fucking like made them forget about it. He caused so much more shit that they forgot he was supposed to go to hell.
So he goes down to the earth because he didn't want to go to hell. Which is understandable. Hell sucks.
His dad went to hell once, and all he found there was zombie wife, and that wasn't very much fun. So I can't blame him.
So he goes down to earth, and he's like walking around, and Susano, to paint the mental picture, he's like. He just looks like a grizzled, like, samurai type dude. So he doesn't look that weird.
Sweet. Okay.
So he walks down...
I'm imagining Danjo from the Hiro Yoshihiko.
Yeah,
with pretty much the same attitude.
Pretty much. I'm just quickly looking at something on my screen here. Never mind. I was going to bring up a picture of Susano, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. The folks at home can't hear pictures anyways.
Susano. So he goes down to Earth, and he sees this old man and this old woman like crying beside their daughter, who's perfectly fine.
Oh.
And he's like, oh man, like you guys look so upset. Like what's up? And the old couple are like, okay, we had 8 daughters who were like this, but they're all dead.
Oh shit.
this dragon with 8 heads called Yamata no Orochi.
Isn't that the bad guy from
Okami?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same creature. He has 8 heads and like this body the size of like a mountain.
That's inconvenient.
And huge tails. And eyes as red as good wine, quote unquote. He wants to come down and eat our last daughter. This is our daughter, Kushinada Hime. That literally means like rice paddy princess. This is my last daughter, and Susanna's
so her name is essentially Hot Peasant.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
That's a terrible name.
I know. And Susanna's like, that sucks. Like, nobody should have their kids eaten by a giant 8-headed snake dragon. And, you know, he's like, hey, if you let me marry her, I'll totally save her life. And they're like, you know what, that sounds
like a pretty okay
sounds
deal.
Good.
I mean, assuming they didn't know he was god of storms and shit.
Yeah, I think they do know. Okay, I don't remember. So Susano turns the Kushinada into a comb, and he puts her in his hair, because that's safekeeping, I guess. And
well, you know, things to do with your wife. Make her a comb. No. I don't mean craft her a comb. I mean craft her into a comb.
And
bitch can't get hurt if she's inanimate.
And he's like, okay, so the dragon's going to come down from the mountain looking for this chick. So I need you to set up 8 fences for him. And in each of these barriers, there's going to be a table and like a thing of wine. And
so we're going to get this dragon tanked.
We're going to get this dragon as shit-faced as I am right now.
Okay, this is a good plan.
And then they get this best sake in the whole village that was brewed 8 times, so it's like super strong.
I think this sake was brewed like a shit ton of times.
Yeah, where we're drinking good
super
sake.
Premium.
Taikyu.
It's really fucking good if you guys find it. The bottle is triangular. And I don't mean like a pyramid. I mean like a prism.
That's awesome. Good shit.
45% polished sake rice and all natural ingredients.
So, or they build these fences and put this liquor out.
Okay.
And this fucking Orochi comes... Oh, no, don't spill it.
No, we're fine.
So Orochi comes down, and he's like, I am the best 8-headed dragon ever. And
Are there others?
And he comes up to the barrier, and he's like, what the fuck is this? And,
this is inhibiting my princess eating.
Yeah,
what
and
is
then
this?
He's like, what up? There's sake here. Who doesn't love sake?
Right?
And he drinks it.
Okay. I mean, as I would.
And he's like, I want to drink it, and then he, like, goes to drink it, but there's, like, a fence in the way, and he's like,
oh, shit.
Fuck, I want the liquor, but the fence is in
the
way.
That's like the problem of our generation, right? Like, there's sake right there, but there's a fucking fence in the way.
And then one of his heads is like, hey man, we're an 8-headed dragon, just knock the fence down. And then another one's like, but you'll spill the sake!
Oh god damn. Oh shit.
And then they're like, well, why don't we burn the fence down? And they're like, but you'll spill the sake if you burn the fence or evaporate it.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to boil sake.
Yeah. And then, they start, like, poking around this fence for, like, an opening.
Hashtag dragon problems.
I know, right? So they find the, like, you know, they start, like, putting their heads in, like, little hatches and holes and things. And one of the heads is like, don't do that. Like, we're going to get stuck in there.
The only head with any sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, like, each head, they just kind of poke through and they drink the sake. I'm like, damn, this is really fucking good sake. And the wise head is like, don't do that. Like, don't get drunk.
Like, not only do all these heads have, like, different personalities and consciousnesses, but, like, most of them are just stupid.
Yeah. But then the sake starts getting to all of them, and even the smart guy's like, fuck it, I want some sake.
You're all getting drunk and having fun. I want some sweet sake.
Yeah, so they're finishing up the last of their sake, which they've worked so hard to get.
Yeah. And
Susanoo, like, busts out of the bushes, and he's like, what's up, fucker? And then the fucking dragon is drunk as shit, so he can't fight back. So Susanoo, fucking cuts all 8 of their heads off.
Oh.
And their blood dyes a nearby river red. And it smells bad. And,
well, shit.
He saved the princess, girl, not a princess, the hot peasant, and then he finds Orochi's tail, and turns it into a sword. And he's like, look at my cool dragon tail
My
sword.
glorious Nippon dragon tail sword.
Yep. And that's the way that story ends. And Susanoo goes on to have many more adventures with his unbreakable dragon tail sword.
But how did he get the sword off? How did he get the tail off the dragon if it's unbreakable?
I don't know.
Oh.
He just like popped it off, I
Oh.
guess. Maybe
it's just like plugs in at the end, just like boom.
maybe the dragon's molecules were like loosened from the sake. I don't know.
Okay, so don't get the sword drunk, or it'll become breakable. But like, as long as the sword is sober, it can't be broken.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, man.
I don't remember how he got the sword off. It's unbreakable, but the sword is
Mostly unbreakable.
Maybe the tail was normal, and then he took it off and then tempered it into a sword.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's fair.
It
I'll
became
accept that.
unbreakable. Okay.
He rendered it unbreakable.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So that's.
And what about his wife? Did he just like?
He turns her into a girl and he marries her again.
Okay, cool.
Because.
I was worried that she was just gonna like
be
stay
a
at
comb
home
forever.
or he was just gonna like ditch her.
No.
I mean,
never.
okay. I mean, well, look at all of the myths that I tell. Zeus got horny, banged some chick, and then went home to his wife.
I suppose.
But okay. So these Japanese gods have a bit more honor to them than that.
Yeah.
Even if they are just kind of dicks.
I mean, the whole going to hell thing is a little different because they were like bothering each other.
Yeah.
Like it was a mutual botheration where like just Zeus just fucking like strides up to people and they're like, oh fucking, let's have sex, and you're like, don't. Like that doesn't really happen.
Okay.
In whatever.
Okay, so what do you got next?
So those are the ones that I've memorized the most. How about I'm watching the time very carefully as well. I'm gonna tell
one or two more.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell one of the most. I'm torn between two. They're kind of the same. I'll start with the most famous one.
Okay, sweet.
Princess Kaguya is like one of the most famous. It's not really like, it's partially mythology, partial fairy tale. Like, it's difficult.
Wasn't there a movie,
Yes.
an Inuyasha movie about this?
There's a few Kaguya movies.
Well, I only know the one that was from Inuyasha because when I was 14, I was a weeb.
Do you remember anything about that movie?
Fuck no. There was a mirror and she was on the moon.
Yeah.
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 That's all I know about Princess Kaguya.
So the actual story of
Okay.
Princess Kaguya is called The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, even though the bamboo cutter...
Kagome's not in the story, right?
No.
I already like it.
So the bamboo cutter doesn't play that much of the role in the story.
He's in the title, but he's not really there.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, at least he got some credit.
So there's this old bamboo cutter, and he's literally called Haketori no Okina, which literally means old man who cuts bamboo. Very creative name.
Yeah, I can tell the Japanese people were very creative in naming their folklore.
So he's walking around cutting his bamboo, and he notices there's one really big bamboo, and it's like glowing, and he's like, I should cut that. And he cuts it. And then when he does, he finds a baby that's 2 inches long, and he's like,
that's not a very big baby.
No, it's a very tiny baby.
Okay.
And he's like, that's weird. And he picks it up and brings it home to his wife.
I mean, okay.
Yep. And then when he brings the baby home, it becomes like a more normal size baby.
Okay, so this baby, grew into its actual babiness.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then the old man and his wife didn't have kids. So they're like, cool, let's raise this bamboo baby.
So there's already more there. If you don't have kids, maybe you'll just find one.
So he calls the baby Kaguya Hime, and Kaguya literally means like a princess bamboo that makes light.
Glowing bamboo baby.
Glowing bamboo lady.
Sweet.
And then occasionally he'd like cut down bamboo and he'd find like little gold nuggets in it, so he wasn't so poor. And he's like, that's cool.
Sweet.
And then he got like really rich, and the baby grew into like a woman who was really, really pretty.
Sounds like everything's just coming up great for this guy now.
Yeah, so this he tries to keep his pretty daughter hidden away because the world is too cruel, and he
I mean, the world's a pretty shitty place.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want my hot bamboo baby wandering around.
But if there's a hot lady in the area, everybody knows, and everyone's like, shit, like there's a really hot girl here, and of course the people who want the hot girl are princes and stuff.
Naturally.
And these 5 princes come to the bamboo cutter's house, and they're like...
Like they come at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, please let us marry you. Like, marry one of us, please. And Kaguya's like, I don't care. I don't want to marry any one of you.
I feel like that's a bad strategy, like coming in a group like, y'all gotta marry one of us. I feel like you'd have way better luck if you like showed up like one by one, like, hey girl, let's go on a date. As opposed to like, yo, you gotta date one of us.
So Kaguya's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give all of you a task, and if you can do it, you can marry me. And so like, sweet. What is it? And she gave them each a different task.
Yeah, what if they all complete it? This is a terrible plan, Kaguya.
However, she's like, first guy, you gotta bring me the stone begging bowl of the Buddha from India.
Okay, I can.
And then the second one, she's like, okay, you gotta go to this mythical island that probably doesn't exist called Horai and bring me a jeweled branch from one of its sacred trees. And the third guy, go to China and bring me the robe of the legendary fire rat. Fourth guy, bring me a jewel from a dragon's neck. And then fifth guy, bring me a cowrie shell made from swallows. So all the princes were like, shit.
Huh.
And then the first prince is like, fuck that. And
I feel you, first prince. I feel you.
and returned with a really nice, expensive bowl. And he's like, look, I brought this begging bowl of the Buddha. And she's like, really?
She's like, bitch, I watched The Last Crusade.
Yeah, except that's not that same thing at all. So she's like, hey, this bowl isn't glowing with like the holy light of Buddha. Get out of my sight.
Sweet.
And the 2 other princes were like, look at this jeweled thing that I definitely got from this island that totally exists. And she's like, no, get out of my sight. And the other guy came up and he's like, look, this is the real robe of the real fire rat that I definitely got. No, get out of my house. And then the 4th went out to go find a dragon but it was stormy, so he's like, fuck.
Oh, so he's just like, this is hard.
He's like, no princess is hot enough to brave a storm.
No princess is hot enough for rain.
Yeah. And then the 4th guy accidentally died while trying to get a cowrie born from swallows. Oops.
She probably...
And she felt pretty shitty after that.
Okay.
Like, she fell into a depression. She's like, I know I didn't want to marry these guys, but I didn't want them to die.
Like, I'm so hot that people are literally dying for me. That's kind of fucked.
So the Emperor of Japan at the time, Mikado, he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Why are these princes dying?
So he goes to this house, and he sees her, and he, like, immediately falls in love because she's that beautiful.
Damn.
And he's like, please marry me. And she's like,
you kind of missed the point of this story, didn't you, son?
And she's like, I can't marry you. And he's like, why? And she's like, I'm not from your country. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they kind of like stayed in contact, but like he's always like, you want to marry me? And she's like, no.
Oh, okay, I get that.
And then one.
So she just didn't want to marry him, and he's like sitting there like,
he's
don't
like,
friend zone me,
right,
bitch,
yeah.
don't friend zone me. And she's like, dude, don't be that guy.
And then like she gradually became more and more depressed, and she spent a lot of time gazing up at the moon. And her parents was like, what's wrong? And she's like, I'm just sad all the time. So, Kaguya's a lot like us.
Yeah.
And like, she wouldn't tell anyone what was up, and she couldn't tell them what was wrong until she one day she just broke, and she's like, I'm from the moon. That's where I came from, is the moon. I came from the moon.
That's a fucking bomb to drop on your parents.
And they're like, okay. And she was sent to Earth, and as like a temporary punishment for some sort of crime that she did on the moon. Some versions say that she was sent there to like escape like a celestial war or whatever. So like she had real parents, and they're like, fuck, 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 we don't want our baby to like fall in the hands of the enemy, so let's
she's
put it on
like
Earth.
a hot Japanese Superman lady.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then like the gold that they'd find in the bamboo was like a strip end for saving and raising their daughter.
Payment for like taking care of them. That's pretty sweet.
And then she's like, I have to go back to the moon.
So wait, like bamboo is essentially just like those pneumatic tubes that they use to transport stuff in mailrooms?
Yeah, but from the moon.
Yeah, that's my headcanon now.
And she's like, I'm gonna go back to the moon in like 5 days. Pardon me, or whatever.
That's not very long, okay.
And then the Emperor's like, I don't want her to go back to the moon, so he sends a bunch of guys down to her house to protect her from like moon people.
Bitch doesn't even... Oh.
I didn't mean to say it like that.
Oh.
But like, while the guards were waiting, they were all blinded by a really bright light, and these celestial beings came down.
I'm having some Call of Cthulhu flashbacks now.
And then, you know, Kaguya's like, I loved Earth, like, it was great, thanks for raising me, but I have to go back to the moon.
It was great, except for all those princes who kept wanting to nail me.
Yeah.
But I mean...
She's like, I'm going back to the moon. She took off her robes and gave it to the grandparents. She's like, thanks. And then she took like a really small like splash of the elixir of life and sent it to the Emperor. And she's like, you were the only guy who was cool with me. You know, have this.
He was less of a dick about that shit? Okay.
Yeah, she wrote him a note like saying, sorry. But
sorry I didn't nail you, but
sorry,
I'm from the
I gotta
moon.
go back to the moon.
BRB moon stuff.
So the celestial entourage like takes her back to the moon. And she there's some versions that says she's like really sad to go, but there's some versions where they just like wipe her memory, and she's like, I'm happy to go back to the moon.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like the elixir was taken to the Emperor, and he read the note, and he's like, oh.
Shit.
He's like, that sucks. Like, I really miss, like, I'm gonna miss writing letters to this girl.
Aww.
Where's the highest mountain? Like, where can I get the closest to heaven? And his dudes were like, over here, sir. Like, this mountain in this province. And he kept writing her letters, and he's like, take the letters to the top of the mountain and like burn them, and they'll get to heven, and I can keep talking to her like that.
Oh, that's cute.
He's hoping. He doesn't know.
I mean, he's just kind of like throwing ideas here.
So like, there's always dudes going up and down this mountain, like bringing this Emperor's letters, burning them, and you know, hopefully the smoke and vapors would go up and talk to her. But there's always dudes coming up and down because it's a fucking huge mountain. And that mountain was Fuji-san.
Of course it was.
Mount Fuji.
Because there are no other mountains in Japan. God.
And then he also like had this elixir of immortality, and he's like, I don't want to live.
Like, what the fuck is life without my, like, moon friend?
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to live, and he just, like, threw this elixir away.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I respect that.
But, you know, that's why there's sometimes, like, smoke that comes out of Mount Fuji. They're like, the dude...
burning his letters.
They're like, the dude is sending a message to Kaguya.
Aww.
And then, like, the characters that make up, like, Mount Fuji say, like, it's literally called, like, the mountain that has... like dudes walking around on it, like warriors, because there's always dudes going up and down, burning letters.
The mountain covered in dudes.
Yeah.
That's what Mount Fuji means?
A mountain abundant with warriors is what the
I like Dude Mountain better.
Dude Mountain.
That's my thing now.
Yeah.
Every time I talk about Dude Mountain, you know I'm talking about Fuji-san.
Okay.
Dude
Mountain. So
I hope I forget this in the morning.
You're not gonna forget this recording, shitbag.
Shut up! I don't listen to our shit. Why would I want to hear myself talk? That's what you're all for. What's next?
I don't know if I should tell something really sad and sobering, or if I should tell something not so sad. What do you think? as you pour me more sake.
It's good sake. It's a shame to waste good sake. Also, that's the end of this bottle.
Jesus Christ.
It's not a big bottle. It's good, but it's small. This is the same volume as a can of Coca-Cola. I want you to understand that.
Good. Good.
Okay. You got time for one more.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
No more butt stuff, please.
No more butt stuff.
No more butt stuff.
Oh, that's a shame.
What do you mean that's a shame?
Don't choke on your sake.
Oh, kappas are fun. I see kappas there.
Okay. I don't remember a lot about kappas.
I remember a little about kappas. I like kappas because don't go to the river or kappa will drown you.
Let me try
That's a picture of a kappa with a giant soccer ball.
Can you properly explain what a kappa is?
You're gonna make me explain what a kappa is?
Yeah, to the audience who probably doesn't know what a kappa is.
So, a kappa is it's a humanoid vaguely, but it has like a duck bill, and it also like has a turtle shell, and it's green and it has like webbed feet. Are they scaly? I don't think they're scaly.
They're a little scaly. They have turtle shells and stuff.
Yeah, I imagine they're kind of like textured like frogs or something.
Yeah.
Are they amphibians or are they reptiles? I don't really know. I'm sure it's not very clear.
It changes because like there's regional differences for each type of monster.
Of course.
So yeah, it's usually like an amphibious or reptile with like clawed fingers and webbed digits.
Webbed feet.
But the thing they always have, they have a turtle shell.
Sweet bowl cuts.
But they not only have a bowl cut, but they have like a literal indentation.
Yeah, they have like a bowl. Like they have a bowl cut, but their head is literally a bowl
with water in it.
Yeah, they've got like. If you don't know, look up the Pokemon Ludicolo. No, not Ludicolo.
Not
before
Ludicolo.
Ludicolo.
None of the Pokemon have a rep look like.
Well, the Lotad is kind of like a Kappa.
But
The middle one is the most Kappa. It's like a Mexican Kappa.
So the name Kappa literally translates to River Child.
Yeah.
And it's like a water sprite, but also kind of like a goblin type thing.
They just kind of live in rivers and fuck shit up, don't they?
Kind of. Like, remember when you were talking about how the butt story like had no point?
Yeah, it just kind of was a thing that happened.
So like, this one kind of does have a purpose.
Okay.
In that like. People would look at rivers and ponds and stuff and be like, there is a kappa in there who will, like, touch my butt. Not joking.
Shit.
If I go in there.
Okay. You don't want to get your butt touched by a kappa. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, so, like, kappas, like, they're used to mark, like, water to not go into. Sometimes.
Okay. It's like, don't go there. There's kappas.
and, like, they live in water. We don't live in water. They can drag people underwater and make them drown.
That's bad.
They'd even try to drown like horses and cows. And of course, you tell your kids like, "Don't go in the river.
You'll get fucking drowned by a kappa.
Like, kill you." And that's just kind of like an everywhere type of thing. Like, there's no specific legends about kappas like there are with kitsune or tanuki. But however, Japanese people believed in the day that you had a thing called a shiriko kodama, which is a ball that's in your butt. It's in your anus. It's a ball. And the origin of the story is that sometimes, like this is gross. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I made this happen, guys. I said no butt stuff and then chose a legend with butt stuff.
But when you find, like, a drowned, like, corpse... Like, it's all bloated and, like, the asshole basically, like, turns inside out. And they're like, that's a part of the human body. So the kappa really like this ball in your butt.
Oh, so kappas would reach up your ass and pull your intestines inside out.
They want the ball in your ass.
Oh. Sweet.
And then people think that possibly this ball is, like, your human soul or, like, your humanity. And the kappa wanna fucking reach up there and take it.
So, kappas pull your ass, you pull your soul out your ass. Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes they hide in, like, toilets and then we'll reach up and be like, what's up? When you're taking a shit or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sweet.
So there are some defenses to make these little fucks go away. So the little indentation on its head, if it goes dry, then the kappa loses all of its power. So one of the easiest ways to trick them was to bow at them, because kappas are, despite grabbing your ass, they're very polite. So if you bow at them, they'll bow back and pour all the water out.
And they spill their head bowls. Okay.
And then sometimes kappa will be like, hey, you want to sumo wrestle? And then people will be like, fuck. But then you bow before you sumo match, so that's what happened.
And then you kick the shit out of them because...
Yes.
Okay. These guys aren't very smart, are they?
No.
Also, they love eggplants and cucumbers.
Yeah.
And kabocha squash.
And then, like, a thing that people would do back in the day was to, like, dare each other to be kappa bait, so they'd, like, go to the riverside and start mooning it.
God damn it!
See if the kappas would come out.
See if a kappa would come out and touch their butt?
Yes.
God damn it.
And kappa also really like farting.
What have I done?
Japan.
I should have known better.
So they really like farting and they really like cucumbers. I don't know if these things are,
it says in this article that we have up here, they also like eggplant, soba noodles, and kabocha squash.
Yes.
Which is weird because nobody likes kabocha squash.
So these kappas, they like farting.
God damn it, kappas.
But they don't, they like to dish it, but they can't take it. So
if you fart better than a kappa, he gets
they'll
pissed
be
off?
like, fuck you, buddy, and leave.
Oh. Huh.
And then sometimes, if you wanted to, like, go through, like, a river or a stream or something, you could carve your name into, like, a cucumber and throw it to the kappa, and then, like, take the cucumber and be like, don't bother Bob today, I won't. But sometimes people thought this would, like, summon the kappa,
so
shit. It's like...
It's 50-50?
Yeah, it's like a 50.
So some kappas are like, oh, Bob gave me a cucumber, sweet. And sometimes the kappas are like, oh shit, Bob wants me to fucking reach up his butt today.
Yes.
So kappas aren't very clever. Okay.
No.
I mean, sure. God damn it, Japan.
Pardon me. So kappas are really popular in Japan, as you've brought up Pokemon that resemble it, like Ludicolo and stuff, Lotad, Lombre.
Lombre, that's what it is. I'm sorry, I hate Gen 3, so...
But, like, it's always, like, a cute one that you see, like a cute kappa on, like, signs by rivers and stuff.
Kappas are never ugly. They're never pretty.
No.
They're fucking ugly.
So, like, even if they're all, like, cute and stuff, they're obviously super gross and want to touch your butt and want to fart on you.
I gotta be honest. The scene from Yoshihiko with the kappa is still the best kappa I've ever seen.
Yes. If you guys want a crash course...
Okay, just link the video in the description.
Okay.
You have to now.
Yeah.
Because, god damn it.
So what have you learned about Japanese mythology today?
It's petty and it's fucked. Much like most other mythology.
Did Greek mythology have people fucking monsters farting on people?
No, it definitely didn't have... It did have dicks becoming people, though.
That is true.
And it had a baby rustling cattle.
Yeah.
You know, across both, gods tend to just be sassy pieces of shit.
Yes.
Where, like, Susanoo's pestering his sister, and his dad's like, alright, fuck you, go to hell, son. And he's like...
And then he shows up, and he's like, sister.
And he just causes so much shit that people forget he was supposed to go to hell to begin with.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, friggin' Hermes comes up with an excuse so good that even Zeus is like, damn, that's a clever-ass baby.
It's pretty funny.
It's pretty good.
I don't think Hermes can top throwing a horse into somebody else's weaving hall and killing a person.
Just killing one of her, like, bros with a dead pony. No.
And then ponies were, like, her favorite animal. So
That's so fucked up. Just like, oh, my sister likes ponies. I know what will really show her.
It's like
I'll kill her favorite thing and then display its dead corpse in her house.
it's like if I got mad at you and like skinned a cat and put it in your bed or something.
Yeah, it's like I wake up and there's just like a bloody peacock in my bed, and I'm just like, great. I'm never leaving my house again.
So that's a crash course in Japanese creation myth and one of its most famous fairy tales and one of its most famous monsters.
I gotta be honest, I was not prepared for this. I was not even close to ready for this. So, thanks, I guess, for that.
Sumimasen. Sumimasen desu ka?
I don't know what that means.